Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you guys how to factor out x cubed plus 27. Okay, since it's a cube root, the largest power is the cube one, it's 3, so we have 3 zeros, therefore we have 3 factors because in order to find a factor, all you got to do is do x minus one of the zeros like x minus z1, x minus z2, and x minus z3. These are going to be the 3 factors, okay? All right, just gonna erase this stuff for a while. Now here we go. So in order to find one of the zeros, I'm just gonna equate this to 0. Okay, so x cubed plus 27 equals 0. X cubed equals, looks like a 2 here. X cubed equals minus 27. My throat's not so well. X equals the cube root, or the cubic root of minus 27, which equals minus 3. Okay, so y? Minus 3 times minus 3 equals 9. 9 times minus 3, minus 27. Okay, so this is one of the zeros. So one of the factors, I'm going to put it over here. It's x minus the factor. X minus minus 3 equals x plus 3. So x plus 3 is one of the factors. All right. And if you plug in minus 3 into this original equation, you're going to get 0, right? Minus 3 cubed, you put the minus 3 in the 0 here, you plug it in, it's going to be minus 27 plus 27 equals 0. Okay, so we found one of the zeros. I'm going to erase this because I don't have too much screen real estate here. So, all right. Now, in order to find the for example, this is a cubic root function, and I want to make it a square function. Okay, I want to make it a square equation, a parabolic equation. So what I'm going to do is make long division, x cubed plus 27 divided by x plus 3, and I know the remainder is going to be 0 because x plus 3 is one of the factors of the original equation. So let's just do long division here, x cubed plus 27 divided by x plus 3. Okay, so what do? I'm going to make x squared here, x squared times x cubed, but coming over here, it comes with an inverted sign. So minus x cubed, and then you have 3x squared, right? Because x squared times 3x squared, but comes over here minus 3x squared. So minus 3x squared. And when you add all this up, what do you have? You have minus 3x squared plus 27. Great. Now I want to make this minus 3x squared disappear, so I'm going to repeat it over here. I'm going to put minus 3x. Okay, minus 3x times x minus 3x squared. Coming over here, plus 3x squared. And then you have here minus 9x coming over here, plus 9x. So adding up, you got 9x plus 27. Right. Now I want to make the 9x disappear, so I'm going to plug in plus 9 here. 9 times x, 9x, coming over here with an inverted sign, minus 9x. And then 9 times 3, 27, coming over here with an inverted sign, minus 27. When you add all this up, you get 0. Okay, so x cubed plus 27 divided by x plus 3 equals x squared minus 3x plus 9. All right, now this is a parabolic equation. It's just a quadratic equation, right? So all we're going to do is to plug Bhaskara or Bhaskara in here, and things are going to work out. So for people that don't know what I'm talking about, this is going to be A, right? This is going to be B, and this is C. So here we go. The x is going to be minus B, which means 3, plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 9, minus 4ac, minus 4 times 1, minus 4, minus 4 times 9, minus 36, so minus 36, okay, divided by 2a. You gotta, I got sweaty palms in here because it's really hot where I am. So you got a 2 times 1 here is going to be equal to 2, right? So what you have here is x equals 3 plus or minus square root of minus 27 divided by 2. All right, so we found both zeros. Okay, one of the zeros is 3 plus square root of minus 27 divided by 2, and the third zero is going to be 3 minus square root of minus 27 divided by 2, and the first zero was minus 3, right? So the second factor is going to be x minus, I'm already going to plug in the signs here. I'm going to make the sign game or whatever. So x with a plus here is going to be minus. Okay. Well, I don't know if I do that. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to put it in here. And I'm going to put this stuff in here, which is 3 plus square root of minus 27 divided by 2, right? So this is going to be one of the factors. The second factor, this is the first, this is the second. And the third factor comes over here, x minus, and it's going to be 3 minus square root of minus 27 divided by 2. There you go. So you got the first factor, the second factor, and the third factor. All right. Now, I just want to prove this to you guys that even though these factors are complicated, all right, because it involves complex numbers, because we're talking about a root with an even index of a negative number. So when you don't have anything over here, that means 2, so it's an even index. And whenever you have the square of a negative number whose index is an even number, like 2, 4, 6, 42, whatever it is, you're going to have complex numbers. So here's what we can do, okay? For people that don't know complex numbers, I'm just going to make a little parenthesis here. So square root of minus 27 equals square root of 27 times the square root of minus 1. The square root of minus 1 equals I. Okay, we call that I, which stands for imaginary number. So the square root of 27 is 3 cubed. Okay, when you put, for example, 27, right? I'm just going to show you guys here. This is the same as 3 times 3 times 3. So square root of this is going to be the square root of 3 squared times 3. So since the index in here is 2 and this power is also 2, you can get this 3 out of the square root. So this is going to be equals to 3 square root of 3, right? You got a remaining 3 here inside that doesn't come out because its power is 1 and the index in here of the square of the root is 2, so it's not enough to make it come out. For a number to come out, it's how can I explain this? For a number to come out, its power has to be the same value, has to have the same value as the index of the root. So you got the 3 square root of 3 here, great. So you can say that the square root of minus 27 equals 3 square root of 3i. All right? Okay, so keeping that in mind, so this is going to be equal to 3 plus or minus 3 square root of 3i divided by 2. All right? I'm going to erase all this mess. Well, I'm just going to leave it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get this 3 plus 3 square root of 3i divided by 2. Yeah, 3 plus 3 square root of 3i divided by 2. And I'm going to plug it into this x cubed in here to prove to you guys that it's going to become a 0, okay? Because whenever you get one of these zeros and you plug it into the original equation, it has to be a 0. It has to be equal to 0. Just like we did with the minus 3 here, right? Remember the minus 3 over here was one of the zeros. So minus 3 cubed minus 27 plus 27 equals 0. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to copy this stuff in here. So 3 plus 3 square root of 3i divided by 2 to another layer. Okay, so 3, what was it again? I think it was, yeah, 3 plus 3 square root of 3i divided by 2. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna cube this stuff, all right? I'm gonna separate the numerators from the denominator. So the denominator is just gonna be 8, right? Because 2 cubed equals 8. So this is gonna be cubing this stuff. You're gonna have 1 divided by 8. Never get used to these writing pads, you know, it's complicated. Okay, 1 divided by 8 times this stuff over here cubed, okay? Now, what do you have in the numerator? You have an a, which is 3, and you have a b, which is 3 square root of 3i, okay? So just as a reminder here, this is going to be a binomial expansion. So whenever you have something like this, a plus b cubed, what you're going to have is a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed, okay? We gotta make this, we gotta do this to this stuff over here. So let's do it. What's gonna be a? A is 3, okay? This is a, this is b, so let's do it. 3 cubed is gonna be 27. All right. Plus, you got this 3 over here. Now a squared is gonna be 9. Right? Times b. b is going to be 3 square root of 3i. So times 3 square root of 3i. Great. I got this plus and the 3 here. Times a, which is 3. Times b squared. Now here we go. You see, 3 square root of 3i squared going to be times 3 square root of 3i, okay? So 3 times 3, these two over here, is going to be 9, okay? Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is going to be 3, so you're going to multiply a 3 in here, and then you have I times I. I times I is I squared, which is minus 1, okay? So just for you to remind this, you got a minus 1 in here times the square root of minus 1 is going to be equal to minus 1. You should never do this. Square root of minus 1 squared, which equals square root of 1, which equals 1. No, this is wrong. You don't want to think that way, okay? So it's this way that you think, because what's actually the square root of something? That means that you have a minus 1 here to the power 1/2 times minus 1 to the power of 1/2. That's actually what a square root is. So when you do that, you keep the base, which is minus 1, and you add the exponents. So half plus half equals 1, okay, which equals minus 1 to the first power, right? Minus 1 to the 1, which is minus 1. Okay, so what do we have here again? 3 times 3 equals 9. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 equals 3. And I times I equals I squared, which is minus 1. So you got a minus 1 in here. So what's this going to be equal to? B squared, which is what we're trying to find out, is going to be minus 27. All right? So I'm going to erase all this mess again. Okay. So you got this 3, which is this 1, times a, which is this 3 right here. It's already plugged in, times b squared, which is minus 27. Right? Plus b cubed. Okay, so what is b squared? We just found out that b squared equals minus 27. So you have minus 27, okay, times 3 square root of 3i, which is going to be actually, when you multiply times 3 square root of 3i, this is going to be equal to minus 81 square root of 3i, okay? So this minus with this plus actually becomes a minus. So I'm going to erase this stuff and say minus 81 square root of 3i. Erase this thing here. Okay, actually I'm going to put a minus here. 81 square root of 3i. Okay, okay. Now here we go. Here what do you have in, oh yeah, I gotta close this parenthesis here. Okay, so what do you have here? 3 times 9, 27 times 3, 81. So you have 81 square root of 3i here and minus 81 square root of 3i here. So you can cancel these two out. Cancel them out. They don't exist anymore. Okay? Makes the whole expression a whole lot easier. So you got a 1/8 times 27, right? And here you got a plus and a plus and a minus. So I know that this is going to be a minus. Now, in here, you have a 9 times minus 27. Okay? That'll be 270 minus 27, 243. If I'm not making a mistake, just because I'm a math teacher doesn't mean that I can make fabulous calculations in my mind. Okay, let's just say that this were 10 times 27, forget about the signs right now. So 10 times 27, okay, it's actually 270. 270 minus 27, well, 270 minus 30, you got 240. But it's not minus 30, it's minus 27, so 243. I think this is right. Okay, so when you do 243 minus 27, of course, it's going to be a negative sign here because the largest number has a negative sign. Okay, this is going to be equal to minus 216 divided by 8. That's tough. Minus 216 divided by 8. Okay? Okay. Now, if you do 216 divided by 8 is 216 divided by 2 divided by 2 divided by 2. So 216 divided by 2, 108. Divided by 2, 54. Divided by 2, 27. So minus 216 divided by 8 equals minus 27. All right. Now, we got the 0 and we cubed it. Okay, cubing this was equals to minus 27. You remember what the original equation was? It was x cubed plus 27. So when we plug this into the x, we cube this stuff and we get a minus 27 plus 27 equals what? Equals 0. So we just proved that this is one of the zeros, okay? Because it made the original, when plugged it into the original equation, it made it 0. So you can do the same thing with 3 minus 3 square root of 3i divided by 2. All you got to take into consideration is that this time b is not going to be 3 square root of 3i, it's going to be minus 3 square root of 3i. If you don't make any mistakes with the signs, it should come out 0 the same way that this one did. Okay, so there you go, guys. That's it.